Okay, on to our
I think it's perfect.
hetero activity. I'm saying I'm calling it hetero activity. I'm just naming these things like this right now so that I know what to hashtag it, right? Because I gotta put some legs on these things. You know what I'm saying? Like my content doesn't have like motion by itself, so I gotta make sure that I channel it the right way. 27 minutes of why single men should stay single in 2025. Damn. So niggas like us gotta stay single. Niggas like me don't deserve no love. Come on, Difo. Who's this? What's that? Difo. That's the name of the thing. What you mean?
Perfectly socially acceptable to go on dates as a hobby.
Wait, why's my volume so
like
full?
One of my hobbies is going on first dates.
I bet.
I think it's perfectly socially acceptable to go on dates as a hobby. Like one of my hobbies is going on first dates.
The fuck?
And here I am. I go on the first date, like, sure, yeah.
Okay, now look, listen to me. I feel like it could be a hobby that pays off if you go on dates. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of content. Look, you can flip anything into content these days, bro. You'll be straight. For as long as you can capitalize that shit, monetize that shit, live off of that shit, it'll keep you going. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, the capitalization and monetization of that shit will, you know what I'm saying, act as a reward type of function. You know what I mean? So that will let you know that you're doing the right thing. But that's like with anything that you flip into content, if you know how to do it the right way. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like if it's for that kind of reason, you know what I'm saying, record yourself going on these dates, point out the awkward moments, the fun moments, the decent moments, dope moments, diplomatic moments, crazy moments, crash out moments. You feel what I'm saying? Just flip everything into just like content. That's the only way that like dating as a hobby would work in my POV, like according to my POV in 2025. I ain't gonna lie.
Meet the guy, to talk, get to know them, tell them about me, like see if there's potential love there, like whatever. Like that's a small part of it. The big part of it is that I go and I get to try a new restaurant or a new spot in Boston. And usually it's
so she be going to these spots hungry as fuck just to go try the food on some like, yo, I just want to try this food though. So is any man trying to take me out, girl?
not always. It's funded by the guy. So I'm like, ooh, like
crazy.
Explore a little bit. Let's try to like grow what I know about my city, and then when I go out with my friends, I can be like, oh my god, I went to this really cool new spot. Like, let me show you.
My brothers in Christ, I am perpetually horrified by what we just heard here. We are now talking about going on first dates as a hobby. Does anybody even know a man that could say that he participates in such an activity?
That's a
really,
hobby,
I mean,
bro.
we've
It's
gotten
crazy
to the
work.
point where we've got all
That's what I'm
types
saying.
of mids, such as this, with hundreds and perhaps even thousands of dude in their inboxes, where now you can go on first dates as a hobby, as an activity to do in your spare time. For the price of a $250 meal in Boston, you can now be the subject of a TikTok.
Nigga, a hungry ass hoe. You can be the subject of like the manipulation that comes from a hungry ass TikTok hoe.
And these hoes wonder why we don't want to
Bro.
pay on the first date. This is actually horrifying.
It's diabolical work, nigga.
So I always try to get the guy to like pick a restaurant that I haven't been to yet, or pick a cool new up and coming spot or whatever. So anyway, today we are going.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not a nigga that dates. You know what I'm saying? Too much 2025. I'm not like I don't see the benefit in dating. Especially, you know what I'm saying, with like the energy of what's going on these days. But it's like, yo, I feel like for those that do date, you know what I mean, it should be a matter of like, yo, change the meaning of what a date should look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, don't be accepting those, you know what I'm saying, to set the date or suggest or recommend the place where y'all go, bro. If a hoe ain't coming to the crib, you know what I'm saying, she ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? She ain't coming to the crib, she ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Just come to the crib, nigga. You feel me? Just come to the crib, we'll order some shit, you know, and do what it did. You feel me?
Going to the F1 arcade in Seaport, which I haven't been to, but it's like run by like the F1 racing company or whatever, and it's got like all these like simulators.
Oh my
and,
god.
I don't know, like professional race car driving games. So that's what we're doing today. Never been. The offer was that or Pet Shack, and I'm like, I've already done Pet Shack, and like Cisco's right there, so that might be.
The fuck is Pet Shack?
But I'm really excited to go and check it out and try something new and explore more of my city, because if I'm gonna go on a date and like this guy might be great, but you know, he might also just like, most likely most of them are just like not my vibe, like, and that's fine. But at least I'm gonna go try a new spot and go drive some fast cars.
I think it's crazy when men say that you're intimidating.
Bro, I feel like I get it now, bro. I feel like men are a come-up ticket for some of these hoes, bro. Men, you know what I'm saying? Like the human man, the human being man. You know what I'm saying? Look, the human being man is a ticket for these hoes to experience some of what a human being should be experiencing for themselves in life. You feel what I'm saying? But then now that comes at a cost of maybe that slow ass man having to fucking raise a kid. You know what I'm saying? Just because a hoe wanted to go and experience what Gold Reef City feels like. Now you got a whole baby by the hoe, and the hoe is like, you know what I'm saying? Because now shit has gone that far to a point where obviously you gonna think with your small head. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna think with your small head until you get, you know what I'm saying? You get your nut, and then realize, nah, this whole just wanted a meal ticket out of a nigga. You feel what I'm saying? But now shit spirals into, you know what I'm saying? You got this whole human being that you gotta raise with the hoe now. What the fuck? She can get, bro. She can get so wicked. It can traumatize a whole man. I'm not even gonna lie. It can traumatize a whole human man, bro.
Intimidating. Like,
I ain't gonna
babe,
lie.
if I'm intimidating, what does that say about you? Like, what you got going on?
Who the fuck is
yourself?
intimidated by this big nose ass? You feel me? Big huge nose ass. Oh, come on, bro. That shit huge. Mama, that shit huge. I feel like a whole lot of people be doing, you know what I'm saying? They be doing work on just like, what? Boosting their body parts. You feel what I'm saying? Like the BBL fraternity, the breast enlargement fraternity and shit like this. But I think you gotta get some work done on some reduction on the nose. Bro, you got a manly looking nose. The fuck what you talking about with this whole little thing, man? Come on, bro.
Up here, come on.
I can't believe like a woman like this is the reason why single men should stay single. That's a damn shame. That's shameful work, my boy. I ain't gonna lie.
No man has ever said this to any woman after
fuck?
he's taken her out and hung out with her.
Yeah.
And I'm dead serious. We gotta end this narrative where like these girls go on TikTok and they say, men always tell me I'm intimidating. No,
What?
bitch.
Who's intimidating? Bro, it's that big ass nose that be intimidating people. You see me as a man, I got to have a big ass nose. Like it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? My shit all over my face, it's cool. As a woman, yeah, I'm saying that's not a feminine trait to have, bro. And you know, one of the most attractive things you can be as a female is, you know, tapped into your femininity. But then if that's not even reflected in your physical makeup, bro, we got a problem. I ain't gonna
They
lie.
don't. Your girlfriends tell you that you are intimidating to men. The reality is, if a man finds you intimidating, it's probably because he thinks you're too hot for him, out of his league, and therefore he won't even talk to you. If he's out hanging out with you, no dude is gonna tell you, oh, you're intimidating, after he already has it in the bag.
All right, I might have to take my own advice because right now I am so frustrated by the fact that like I can't see anything more with this guy I'm seeing.
What do you mean?
And he's a great guy. He's a great guy on paper, great guy in person. And I just don't understand why I don't see more with him. Like,
don't see more, you don't see a future, you don't see more, you don't see financial security, you don't see more, you don't see provision coming from him. Like, what are we talking about?
what made me want to see more with my exes? You know, like, it's so, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but it's so frustrating. Like, he's a great guy. He's like such a good guy, and it's like and then I don't see more with him. It's like, why? Like,
Huh?
I don't understand. I don't understand what is wrong with me.
We know exactly what's wrong with her, fellas, right? It's the same thing we've seen time and time again. She meets a dude, he's nice, and eventually she finds him boring. Nothing exciting about the
Yeah.
dude. He doesn't want to play games. He has well intentions. And she would rather be taken on the emotional roller coaster by a man that won't commit to her. There's nothing mysterious about any of this. We've seen it a million times before. No one talks about how painfully boring the nice guy is after surviving a toxic man. There's your example right there, fellas. I mean, it's funny. She says no one talks about this. Actually...
Yeah, no, I feel like at this point it's just a matter of like what your mind has grown accustomed to. What your mind has, you know what I'm saying, come to a point of being... You know what I'm saying? Like, what has become second nature to your mind is the toxicity. At this point, you feel what I'm saying? When toxicity is more worthy than, you know what I'm saying, the boring nice guy. You know what I mean? If you prefer a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, a dickhead of a nigga who chokes you out and that turns you on while y'all fuck, versus a nigga that, like, you know what I'm saying, does fuck on consent. You feel me? Rather than just push his meat inside of you. You know what I'm saying? But will still act chivalrous and shit like this, and like, you know what I'm saying? Still has the security element of, you know what I'm saying, towards himself, other than the other guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whose fault is it that that nigga who's more secure, and we all know that y'all want a whole lot of security, y'all women. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do bid on security, even though you yourself you're not a secure human being to deal with. I ain't gonna lie. You feel what I'm saying? So, but then now it's like this double standard. I feel like I see where this double standard comes from. It comes from the fact that you can't even make up your own mind, bro. And that's a result of just like, you know what I'm saying, like listening to a whole lot of propaganda and a whole lot of hype trains rather than knowing thyself, knowing your own self, knowing what you prefer. Because sometimes what you prefer will not be the popular decision. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So now you got like a whole bunch of double standards where it's like, yo, yes, we do want the nice guy in terms of long term. You know what I'm saying? That's the baby daddy we need. Baby daddy. No, that's the husband that we need in the house, present for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids, they need the father figure in their lives and shit like that. But then you go ahead and expose the fact that, and this is a real exposure. You feel what I'm saying? This is reality. Most of these women, they do find that whole thing that the generals say is the nice guy. He's the one that is good for the family and the society long term. They literally do think that that nigga's boring as fuck. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like now the expression of it will enable a whole lot of them to like be anti that and literally just choose toxicity. And now it's gonna be really hard to bring a kid up when we have the element of toxicity now as something that's like, you know what I'm saying, a hindrance. These kids will grow up mad toxic because now they will grow up as a norm. You know, when a kid is impressionable, whatever hits their mind is what the norm is what's gonna be normal to them. I ain't gonna lie.
I think a lot of you do talk about this quite frequently. We see it all the time. We all know damn well that the guy that takes you for the ride on the emotional roller coaster is the guy that actually makes you feel something. And a lot of us just aren't up for those fucking games anymore. And that's why a lot of men have given up on dating altogether, guys. But we'll act like no one talks about that. Anyway, fellas, we are only a couple of minutes into this compilation here. We have a lot more material to cover, but first we're going to take a quick break to hear from a company that can help you get every advantage you can in the dating game with today's video sponsor. We will be right back. Off with the level, they make it complicated, better off. Thank you. And about 40 have been using. What's up? Sponsoring another video. Anyway, guys, subscribe and all that shit. Let's continue on here. I am the opposite of easy. I like to see how long I can keep a guy interested before they lose their mind or give up. Look at that smile, bro. This is pure evil. I mean, this is just... It's games. They just treat it as a game. You somehow, by some miracle, match with a chick that looks like this on a dating app and you think it's a home run, bro. She's just fucking around. These girls do this shit for fun. They're not taking it seriously. Don't ever get your hopes up, guys. Here's a perfect example. Modern dating is exhausting. I never thought I'd be 34 years old and single as a Pringle, but I also never thought I'd be beating so many men at this age who who lack effort, intention, and emotional intelligence. There's the buzzword they all like. They don't have emotional intelligence. Whatever the fuck that means, for real. I hear that all the time. No one knows what the fuck you're talking about. Just be normal, man. Just be normal. A lot of your problems will go away. My God, the pickiness is insane with this. 34 years old and single. She's probably been on at least 100 first dates by this point. But no, they're definitely the problem. It's all of them and not you. Here's a great example of why men don't approach women anymore. Listen to this shit.
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot and it went fine. And I'm going to tell you why it went fine and how to address it, because it was in a book I read and this is how you're supposed to address it, but it scared me. I'm literally shaking. So this guy, I am alone with my son.
With your son. And I don't see a ring on that finger, so we're talking about a single mom. She let him hit it raw. She didn't have second thoughts. Adds up.
By myself, a woman, and a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, "Excuse me, miss," and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, "Excuse me, ma'am," and I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, "Do not approach me." And he like immediately started going in the other direction. And I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, "Do not approach me. Do not approach me." And he, of course, like got like, "What the F?" Like he started cussing and yelling like, what's your problem? And I looked at him and he actually then crossed a couple cars down from my car. He didn't come anywhere near me. He crossed a couple cars down from my car and was like, continuing to cuss and say, "What's your problem?" And I said, "You do not approach women in a parking lot." I just kept saying, "Do not approach me. You do not approach women in a parking lot," like yelling it. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. Ever. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. And if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can possibly use with them. Don't be polite. They need to literally screw off. No male should be approaching you in a parking lot.
Fucking insane, dude. You heard her, guys. Don't ever approach a woman in a parking lot. All right, bet. My husband is making us fly home from our honeymoon after 1 day because he found out I sent my ex a simple goodbye text on the morning of our wedding. It was a goodbye text, for goodness sake, not an "I will always love you" text, not a "drop everything and meet me at the altar" text. I needed to say goodbye to have closure on the unmarried part of my life. Please tell me my sensitive / nostalgic girlies understand.
And then we always talk about this whole reverse, if the roles were reversed type thing, how things would be and blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying? And if a man would have been talking like this, it would have been like totally dismissed and shit like that. Now she's expecting, you know what I mean? Is it what, sympathy points? She's expecting just points to be understood. It's crazy. What the fuck are you talking about? She's talking about it was a goodbye text, for goodness sake. Not an "I will always love you." What are we talking about? Then what are we doing, bro? Like, you're my wife, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like oh my God, I don't know if it's delusion or it's anything other than that, but I fail to see anything beyond that. You know what I'm saying?
You willingly put this shit on the internet, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm speechless. No, first of all, let's just get down to this. Completely valid on the husband's part. This is fucked up. That man has some big decisions to make now. If I were him, I would call the officiant immediately and be like, "Yo, do not mail that fucking paperwork to the government because we really gotta talk about this." Seriously, this is grounds for just calling the entire thing off. I support it. And she's sitting here acting like he made them fly home early, like it's a bad thing. Dude, you don't text your ex, period, motherfucker, for anything. Worst part is she asked the nostalgic / sensitive girlies for validation in the comments. And since it's TikTok, I'm sure she got it. They probably all told her about how he was emotionally abusive and he's a narcissist and she should just leave him. They probably turned it back around on the guy. I really think that's what happened.
Something that I'm tired of seeing on the internet is men being like, "Oh, I don't get why girls are single. It's so easy for girls. They could literally have like any dude. It's so easy. Why, girls shouldn't complain about being single because it's so easy." Or they're like, you complain about being single, but like you ghost every guy that comes your way. So that's actually you're not understanding anything, is when you say that, you don't get it. Cause yeah, most single girls could literally get a boyfriend in one day if they wanted to. Critical thinking tells you if someone complains about being single but they have people asking them out, those aren't the kinds of people they want. Like, yes, do you know how many sleazy little frat dudes would love to get in a relationship with any girl that...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I understand the point that she's making here, dog. Devil's advocate this time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't just let any Tom, Dick, and Harry hit just because, you know what I'm saying, they up to hit. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like taste does play a significant role. You know what I mean? Like, somebody that doesn't measure up to your taste, your standard of taste, is like, I understand why you wouldn't want those. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, this nigga is just on my line constantly. Like, if I wanted to just, like, hit something right quick, I just get him right quick. You feel what I'm saying? But in terms of relationship and blah blah, nah, I'd rather stay single. You know what I mean? Rather than be seen as this dude's girl or whatever.
Asks. Those guys will also, post her every day to show off they have a girlfriend, but then also cheat on her. Those guys don't value academics. Those guys
Shout out Big X,
aren't
man.
fun to have a conversation with, aren't fun to hang
Big
out
academics.
with. Why the fuck would I date him?
This is an insane idea, but you could always choose a non-frat dude, perhaps. Just saying.
Like, do I want to have a boyfriend? In theory, yes. Do I want a boyfriend right now? No. Would I rather be alone and single right now? Yes. And last time I made a point about this, I literally had so many people hating on me in my comments, which I really don't understand, because I literally just said reasons why me personally, am not dating right now. So, like, why does that offend you? But pretty much the main reason why I am just not interested in dating right now is because I've seen from people in my environment. Number one. So I'm not saying it's all men. I'm not saying it's men everywhere. I'm just saying the people in my age group, in my environment, that I have observed aren't the kind of guys I really want to be involved with.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Let's stop with the victim blaming of, like, a girl dates a shitty guy and they're like, why the fuck? Why does she keep dating guys like that? What's wrong with her? Like, I can say, like...
And I ain't gonna lie, I also heard the whole thing of, like, you know what I'm saying? You dating the kind of guys that you end up like date, you feel me, or end up with, is a reflection of who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It does have its validation to it and shit like that. I just see, it's a matter of just resonance and things like that. For as long as y'all resonate on like similar shit, obviously the attraction will be there. You feel what I'm saying? To want to spend time with one another, and especially if it's like opposite sex type shit, opposite sex type shit. I don't know what to mention and what not to mention. I did mention that I lost my TikTok account today. Tragic, but you know what I'm saying, we had to just keep shit moving. I feel like I'm gonna revive my Facebook joint, so yeah, just keep locked in for that. So you feel what I'm saying? So all of that kind of ish, you feel what I'm saying? SEX attraction. When it comes to SEX kind of attraction, obviously when you resonate with a lot of things, y'all gonna wanna, you know what I'm saying, spend a lot of time with each other. The attraction is gonna be that much deeper. You feel what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with that. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like it's not too much of a problem, like having your priorities, like having what you prefer, like especially like being clear in the beginning stages and shit like that. I feel like a girl with this kind of mindset is cool to deal with on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Clarify with me, like tell me like who you really are and what you prefer, what you don't prefer, things like this. You know what I'm saying? Like what we can consent to and not. Like I am the agreement kind of nigga. Before I hit, nigga, we signing a contract. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Before I hit on some shit, we signing a contract. No, I ain't trying to be on no Diddy shit. You feel? So, because ever since the initiation of the Me Too hashtag, bro, you